Today's top stories are: Portal 2 has sold 2 million units in its first quarter, which has generated a lot of revenue. The more money that they get, the more games they can make. So, Episode 3 or Counter-Strike 2 or I don't want a Left 4 Dead 3 just yet. Just one of those two. Now let's get on to the stories that most of you probably do not know about, and that is, number 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 3 concept art has been leaked as of last week, okay? And most people think, when they look at this concept art, they think, what is this? This doesn't look anything like anything that I've seen in Half-Life 2. To answer that question, it is not Half-Life 2 Episode 3. This is Half-Life 3. How do I know this, Tyler? Well, here's the big reason. If you take a look at some of these pictures, you see that it's just mostly one girl, okay? And this one girl looks a little bit like Alex. This picture right here, and this picture right here, and this, 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 and this. This one isn't Alex. I'll get to this one later. But this is Alex. Yeah. How I know this is because, let's take a look at a picture of Alex. Here's Alex Vance that we know, okay? This is Alex Vance. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to the game.
Valve's going to announce Half-Life 3 at E3, and here's why. Alright, I would just like to point out that this entire video is speculation. Jeff Knightley tweeted the following: "Saw something truly incredible last night that will be a big E3 debut. Even with all the DRM drama, next week we'll deliver some great games." Alright, here's the thing. Jeff Knightley has been a game reporter for years. If you don't remember how Jeff Knightley got his start, here's how. At Valve. He is an enormous Valve fan. He's talking about a game developer about to announce a gigantic game. And what's a game we've been waiting for a really long time? Now, of course, this is huge speculation, but if you look at what Valve has been doing recently, it kind of makes sense. Let's take a look at a list of things that Valve has done in the last couple of months. So what has Valve actually been doing? Almost zero. This tied into the fact that August of last year, Gabe openly spoke about Source Engine 2. Kinda makes me think that something big is about to happen. Here's why. Gabe himself, the creator, CEO, everything, the god of Valve, openly discussed a new, unannounced, unheard of product. The new game engine that all their games are going to be based on. And he has also openly referred to a game called Ricochet 2. Do we really think Valve is going to release a sequel to their least successful game? No. And I feel that since he was willing to talk about it all the way back in August, there has been a lot of time to be able to make even more development on a thing that they can announce. And that thing that they're going to announce will either be Half-Life 3 or another IP or another game. Next is HL3 and HL3 Imported. Once again, that means that Half-Life 3 has been in development for so long now, it had to be imported from the Source engine into the Source 2 engine. And all of that information to me is incredible. Newell later does an interview in August stating that Episode 3 has gone through many experiments and techniques during its development, and later states that he has nothing to show, but promises once he has material to show the public, he will show the public. Valve has seemed to have shifted their focus from making game-changing experience to making market-changing services. And that's what current Valve games are. Services. So once again, whether or not they're actually going to be having people pay for mods in the future in some shape or form is unknown, but it is great to hear that Valve is completely listening to the community, and it is great to be able to hear that maybe people will view Valve in a better light than they have over the last couple of days. Will it be Half-Life? Will it be another multiplayer game, or will it be something completely out of left field? There is actually evidence pointing towards pretty much every single Valve IP getting some kind of new game in the future. However, it doesn't really seem like Valve is that focused on making games. So why don't we go through all the different evidence pieces regarding future games and every reason why Valve would want to make one of these. The short term, Valve will probably be focusing on updating many of their multiplayer games, like Counter-Strike. So Valve just straight up screwing Half-Life 3 because they think that gaming isn't an art anymore, gaming is a service, is not completely true. And to be honest, the No doesn't really completely understand Valve and why people completely love them. Valve needs people to love them, and they know it. So yes, Half-Life 3 will be released, and that's why. below. Keep in mind, a lot of what I said is speculation based off of the different entities seen, based on these new FGD type files that was maybe leaked or maybe intentionally put into Dota 2. But just remember, by all accounts, even for those that think the game will never come out, the next Half-Life game has been developed as soon as Episode 2 wrapped up and the Orange Box was released. Ever since then, people have been working on the game in some regards. We've had concept art leak and massive amount of references in in-game files since 2007. Mark has only now retired in 2016, and as we all know, it has been a long time since Valve has released a Half-Life game. And yes, it seems that Valve only cares about money and hardware currently, but Laidlaw has had the time to write concepts and story pieces over the last 9 years. And as we've seen, Falisak and Wonpa can definitely put the pieces back together if they need to, just like Mark did. Valve probably never intended to, and HTC just knows that the Valve community of fans very much is waiting for a software or a game to be able to be released and using that against us. This picture shows that a folder needs to be made to keep files associated with imported sources. There, right there. The picture itself shows a list of Redford's favorite folders within Windows 7, one being a folder for Left 4 Dead 3. Weeks. Valve might be testing Left 4 Dead 3 over Steam for community and networking purposes while masking the game as Left 4 Dead 2. The supposed SteamDB listing for Left 4 Dead 3 also has been updated frequently as well, just not as much as the Left 4 Dead 2 beta. Funny enough, only a couple of hours after this image had essentially gone viral within the Valve communities, an edited version of that same picture was posted in the place of the previous leak. And also, just to point out, the name of the original picture file is directory_fun. So Valve is being secretive about software, and odds are they will release it with very little fanfare, quickly being poorly doctored out. And then the year ended, with more hope than how it began, as in the beginning of the year, Valve's longest employed writer, Mark Laidlaw, announced his retirement from the company, leading many to predict the downfall of the Half-Life franchise. Well, I have many predictions for 2017, but those will just have to wait for another video. During the International, well, just watch for yourself. Oh, okay, yeah, huge news. Mark Laidlaw, lead writer on pretty much everything Half-Life related since his hire back in '97, has done just the absolutely unthinkable. Posted only a few hours ago on August 25th at 2:05 a.m., his time was a write-up on his personal blog called Epistle 3. What the fuck? They're all dead. Oh, Jesus. This is how you run, everybody. This is how you run.
Wait!
Hey.
I need that med kit, buddy. Personal. But you better give that to me before it does get personal.
I guess it's not personal. He's dead. What?! Wait.
Put this.
Try using my special gun. It sounds a little like this edgy loading at. I don't even like your fan.
Nuh-uh. You do not deserve to use this map. No. Fuck. The moment it lost me was when you start pulling into the train station. This is literally just, you're gonna play through this level and then we're gonna destroy it. We're gonna send a suicide bomber through the Combine check to the Razor train that leads to Nova Prospect. We're gonna make you just live through all of your favorite Half-Life memories as the enemy. I don't think that the person who made this game legitimately cares. I almost started crying when we pulled into City 17 because it's like, look, on the surface of it, it's stupid. Who the hell cares, right? But when there's not many people that really understand what a game like Half-Life can do to a person. There's really nothing better That game is 15 years old, and if I were to go back and play any other game from that time, with the exception of like maybe 5, they're gonna be absolute garbage, and you have to look past a lot of stuff. With Half-Life 2, you really only have to look past, oh, you gotta stack the cinder blocks up a couple times, and Valve was very excited about the physics engine, so you're gonna have to do a couple shitty puzzles. That's it. You know?
これはバルブのですね、ハーフライフチームから送られたものです。
There's a Half-Life team. Really? I find that immensely hard to believe, unless you're referring to the VR game team, which may not even exist at this point. So, let's recap the last 2 years. The Lab, Destinations, Steam VR Home, Artifact, Rich Constructor Portal, and now Gordon Freeman in Final Fantasy XV. Okay, how much longer are the hardcore Valve fans going to need to wait to get any semblance of good news? I recently made the realization that when I started this channel back in 2011, it was after Portal 2 released, and ever since then, I have been reporting on every single leak, rumor, tease that has ever happened, and we are still no closer than we were back then. There are a lot of different secret projects in development, more than just games. There's a lot of evidence of Valve putting a lot of hard work into the hardware space, more so than just the Steam Link Steam controller and the Knuckles VR prototypes. So what exactly is going on here, and when exactly are we going to find out Valve's actual plan for the next 5 years? Because just like every other previous 5-year period since 2007, it's very possible that all of this effort will be thrown into this new initiative only to have it fall apart and the public never knowing about it. However, when I was searching around the internet for discussions on this debunked Facebook post, the same "Valve doesn't make games, they make money" thing got thrown around. I think that phrase needs to be updated to be completely accurate. How about Valve? We still make games. We just won't finish them. I'm freaking excited for Bethesda's E3 showcase, are you? Are you? They did everything. Oh my god. I don't... I'm sick of being let down. They're doing something. They made me excited about a game that about games that I want to play. And it... Okay, it's not... Fallout's not being Fallout. But it's still a project that I can follow and report on and learn about. I'm just gonna announce it here, because fuck it, I'm sick of it. Lever's been working very hard on a project. I kind of look at it right now as like a finale to Valve News Network at this point. I'm sick of making videos on little business things I don't care about. I'm really sick of making videos on the shit that they do. You know, I've gotten as close as a public person has to Valve. I've done really well. I'm friends with Gabe's fucking son, you know? I talk to employees all the time. They still lie. They still lie to me. They still try and push me like they're talking to the, like, just like it's a normal PR thing.
Troublemaker, isn't it?
Yes.
You owe a great deal to Dr. Freeman, even if trouble does tend to follow in his wake.
Yes.
All the more reason to is just about to contact him.
T-pose.
I must say, Gordon, you come at a very opportune time. Alex has just installed the final piece for our resurrected teleport.
I
Yes.
can't take any credit for the breakthrough, Doctor.
I am so excited.
Your talent.
Guess what Half-Life sound effect I'm trying to sound like? Now you do one. Here's another Half-Life sound for you to guess. Hey, guess this sound from Portal. Guess this sound from Team Fortress 2. Boink! I think it's update day.
Excellent!
Ah!
I have a question. How much Valve will this be Valve time be?
I don't know. Don't remind me. Don't remind me. I was okay until you reminded me.
Trying to look as dead as possible in the face right now.
Can you make a goat face?